Hello, this is Wmpyr. Earlier today, I taught class, and my student asked me, um, okay, so first of all, the class that we were doing was a little bit different from the typical. We were doing grappling, okay, and I was introducing him to basic BJJ and basic Sambo. And he asked me between wrestling, Sambo, and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, which is the best out of the three, which is the better style. And I told him that there is no best style, and this would be the same with if you include kung fu, karate, judo, escrima, anything. I would still have to say the same thing, where there is no best style. And this is not because I'm trying to be political or like a hippie mindset, like why can't we all just get along? Or it's nothing like that. I really seriously believe this, and strategically, and when I break it down, it makes sense that there is no best style. The way that I look at it is like um, when he was asking me Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, Sambo, or wrestling, which is better. And to me, those three styles are just a tool. It's just a tool. So that's like asking which is better, a knife, a wrench, a hammer, any of those tools. And as you can see, that tools depend on the situation, the circumstance, how familiar you are with it. A lot of things like that come into play, and those reasons are actually more important. So it's not that one tool is better or superior, it's how you use it. That's what it comes down to. And another way that I view it is if you look at the military, once again, this is an example I like to use all the time, but when someone asks me what style is the best, what's the best martial arts style, I try to explain it like if you look at the military, you have tanks, helicopters, fighting jets, you have ships, you have all these different weapons of war. Each one of those is a tool. So each one of those is like a style. And every good military on the planet, every good um, powerful country has all of those. There's not just one military that uses only one. You got to use all, and all of those tools, all of those weapons are in the arsenal, and it's about how you use it. So that's kind of like the example that I like to give, even with like police officers, right? When you look at a police officer, it's like, what's his main weapon? What's his to-go weapon? And that might depend on the officer, but if you look at what they carry a gun, a pistol, they have a tactical flashlight, they have handcuffs, they have a baton, they have a knife, and then if they got to go heavier, they have shotgun. I mean, they got a lot of tools. Look at their belt. Their belt has a bunch of tools on there. So it's not just one that they use. It's a bunch. So that's kind of the way that I honestly view it. And, you know, obviously we as humans, we have limitations. So it's not like you could have, yeah, I'm an expert at 100 different styles. That's not possible, right? Or if you do that, the quality is going to drop tremendously. So it's just not physically possible. But in a sense, you want to, I'm not saying you need to become well balanced, because some people can, some people don't. And like for example, let's say you do MMA, and you're like, I do boxing, wrestling, Muay Thai, kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Sambo, and Judo. I'm well balanced. I could fight standing, I could fight in the clinch, I could fight on the ground. Yeah, you're well balanced as far as empty hands go, and as far as the sport of MMA goes, you're super well balanced. But you know, martial arts could be bigger than that. Self-defense could be way bigger than that. We could incorporate um, survival, like being able to live in the wilderness or being able to live in the Arctic regions. That's part of survival. That's part of martial arts to me. We could also include, obviously, firearms. So things like that can totally change the curriculum. And from that point of view, you're not well-rounded at all. You're very, very specific. So that all depends on the individual, but I think at the bottom line is, because it might sound like I'm just saying, okay, just do everything, and that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the key to success here is to know your tool, is to understand its limitations. If you want to stick with just one style, that's fine, but know its limitations. Know what that tool is for. Understanding how to use that tool to its best, that is more important than trying to find the best style, because once again, the best style it doesn't exist. What does exist is how well you can use your tool. Okay, that's what it comes down to. And that's why before, a couple of videos before, I was talking about how important it is to have a system. You want to know your system. That's the system. What I'm talking about there is the method you use to use your tool. That's what I'm talking about. And that should be your well, it doesn't have to be, but as far as application goes, if you want to be able to use your stuff in a real life situation, then it's about being an expert at your tool and knowing how and when to use it and knowing what it's for. All right, so that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.